Yay, it's Friday. One of our favorite days on the show, and TGIF.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Because we are very excited, as you are, that the weekend is upon us. One bit.
Like party
One bit
mode.
mood. Activated.
Party mode. I actually am I'm really looking forward to this weekend.
So,
much is
but
happening.
if I was Donald Trump, I wouldn't like weekends.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said he loves working.
Okay.
Work to him is fun. And so weekend, the way we look forward to weekends and all of that.
He's not met some of the people I know, that's why. But Mike is 100% right. The party starts here, right now. And we're going to give you a lineup that will keep you in fun mode all through the morning.
Okay, I'm Mike Mexicano.
And I'm Titilayo Onyison. Please keep up with the show wherever you are, as we're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Please, please, please send in those comments. We really appreciate them on all the social media platforms, pages,
of course.
platforms, all of them. Please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
And the app, our mobile app, is also available for download from Android and iOS store. Watch us on your mobile devices anywhere around the world, wherever you have internet connection.
We have quite a lot happening this morning, starting with music. Bishi is going to be joining us on the show in a bit to give us a musical performance.
All right, we're looking at some trailers today, some brand new trailers, and I would like to know what you think about them. Connect with us on social media. Let's see what you think about the trailers we'll be showing today.
Yes, indeed. And then expect another musical performance. We have Vikad coming your way, one of the finest acts in town these days.
And of course, it's AFCON to keep you up to date on our ongoing on the Cup of Nations. You would have to wait to chill and see what we have on our sports discussion segment.
Yes, indeed. We have Dominic and Kareem from ND's Performing Arts Academy. They'll be joining us and showcasing with dance.
Ankara fashion for your little boys is our focus on the show today. And the CEO of Little Weaver in Yobong will be joining us for some styling tips.
Yes, indeed. Then we have singer, actor, presenter Midi joining us in the studio for a chat and a musical performance.
And we have comedian SLK, popularly known as Boda Wasiu, joining us for our games today.
Yes, indeed.
A lot. Not to
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Friday.
So it's gonna be an interesting day.
Okay.
Because hey, Fridays are always interesting.
Okay, they are. Talking about.
Okay, I was going to say that I have quite a lot planned this weekend with the kids, so there's a lot of activities on the weekend for children now, and there's like
These have started, right?
yeah. Well, holidays haven't actually started yet, but they will very, very soon.
How's-
There's some kind of family fun events
Okay.
that the kids are involved with. So I have to shift from media mode to mommy mode
To mommy mode
on the weekends, and it
yeah.
freaks me out sometimes.
It
but I have
does.
to
So,
do it. Yeah.
we raising kids. I have a friend also who's a producer and said, look, man, once I leave office, it's another job at home.
Yeah.
Kudos, man. Kudos,
It's crazy.
man.
It's crazy.
And then that picky will now stand up and now say, Mommy, shut up.
No, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen with me. Yeah, just say it. It doesn't happen with me.
And then you say...
I can't say that it doesn't happen with some parents, but
So,
for me, I know it hasn't happened.
So I have this friend who said, this is how you discipline his child, with the whole wokeness, right, these days. So people, you don't lay your hands on kids,
course
because in
not.
some countries or some place, they could just report you to social services and all of that. So he says what he does is that when the kid messes up, just tell him, Junior, go and bring my Bible.
Oh, wow.
And the Junior will run, you gotta bring the Bible, and it opens.
Yeah.
Now the Bible says, do not spare the rod and spoil the child.
Okay.
Junior, you're a Christian, right?
Wow.
We have to obey the word of God.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so lie down now.
Oh, are you serious?
So anytime
No
he says,
way.
Junior, go and bring the Bible, Junior starts crying.
But there was a punishment I know my mom used to give me. It wasn't really a punishment, but it was something she used to do when I was either hyperactive or doing something crazy. She would tell me to go and stand in front of a particular wall. Now on this wall we had times tables from 2 times tables to 12, and all of them were listed there. and she'll say, stand in front of that wall and read your times tables. And I would be there.
So this same thing happened to
For
me.
hours.
You know, parents, I don't know, we had very interesting parents growing up, African parents. So they punish us with the search for knowledge. They punish you with siesta. You need these things. You need to search for knowledge. You need siesta. But it was like a punishment. So you do something and say, okay, go to your room, go and sleep. And so sleep in our minds became something like,
that was bad.
you know, a punitive measure.
Yeah.
That's what sleep became. So it was not hard. So when one was sleep, it was like, oh, you slept. You were punished, eh?
Yeah.
So it was the same thing with me. So my mom, and then, but then, whether I did something wrong, and then we'll come in the night, every night, and then we'll come, the times table.
Yeah.
And that was what helped
read
me
it out.
quantitatively. So so as much as I was verbally adept, my verbal aptitude and my quantitative aptitude really grew because of those times table at night. You always do that before we go to sleep.
Mike,
so
you remind me of like when you were a child. I have a feeling your parents used to punish you a lot.
No, not really.
Like because of the way we interact here on the show.
Really.
Like you were, out of all your brothers and sisters, you were like the most stubborn or something.
Not really. But when they wanted to do, my dad could go all the way. Okay. I still have some few marks on my body that I can remember.
Oh,
very few.
no.
He could go all the way, man. And then mom said, now you'll block the door. I'm going to give you double combo.
Oh,
you used to watch Royal Rumble. When you now leave from one, you now think they are going to say something.
Happened to me ever
and I'll block you or something and all of that.
Once. Oh,
you know? No, they did. It was part of it. And I say to some extent, we learned from it. Maybe it's not, times are evolving, times are changing.
Of course.
So what worked last year might not work this year. Definitely with some improvement. So maybe the way we're brought up, it could have been better things, or things could have been, when you tweak a lot of things.
We were talking with
Janet
Adetu yesterday about, etiquette and with the kids. So Janet was talking about having, summer camps where you take the kids so that they can be groomed. But that was the parents' job back in the day. Yeah. So it's just that parents don't have that kind of time anymore. So at a point, you just have to find your way and figure out how you're going to make it happen. Hopefully, we get it right.
Where did time go?
Yeah.
Well, it's time for news. Another rampage by members of the Islamic movement of Nigeria was averted by the police in Abuja. This occurred while 38 members of the movement who were arrested from Tuesday's protest were arraigned before magistrate courts in the nation's capital. Defense correspondent Sifon Essien reports.
Another peaceful protest turns violent. The police fired tear gas and warning shots in a crackdown on members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria who are on the street in the metropolis of Abuja demanding the release of their leader, Ibrahim Ezekzaki. In another part of town, 38 members of the movement arrested on Tuesday were being arraigned before the FCT magistrate court simultaneously. At this court, a batch of 10 denied the allegations read to them from the first information report. The 9 allegations include criminal conspiracy, mischief, and unlawful assembly. The defense counsel moved for bail on the grounds that the suspects were mostly minors. The magistrate, after hearing the arguments, ordered that the 10 suspects, except one, be kept in an appropriate facility other than a cell or prison. He adjourned the case to the 18th of this month for trial.
National security far override any personal interest. So for that reason, we pray to the Honorable Court to keep them in custody so that these boys, particularly the minors, will not continue to be used to unleash mayhem in the name of protest.
This isn't the first time that the Nigeria police will be prosecuting members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, but this time the police prosecutors believe that they have their acts right. The 28 other suspects arraigned in 2 other magistrate courts were fortunate. They were granted bail. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.
Nigeria's House of Representatives has approved the creation of a commission against the proliferation of small arms and light weapons. The proposed agency is to coordinate and implement activities to combat the problem of increasing small arms and light weapons. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
Nigeria is a signatory to to the ECOWAS Convention on Small Arms and Light Weapons. The convention is targeted at combating the excessive and destabilizing accumulation of arms and light weapons within the West African sub-region. Statistics show that out of the 857 million small arms and light weapons in the world, 500 million are illegal, 100 million of which are found in sub-Saharan Africa. Findings further show that about 7.5% of the illegal arms found in the region are in Nigeria. Relying on these figures, the Chief Whip of the House discussed the need to address the menace of arms proliferation, which he says is posing a clear danger to the nation's security. Mr. Muhammad Mangunu blames the unending insurgency, the menace of herders and rising wave of violent crimes, such as kidnappings and armed banditry, to the upsurge in illegal arms acquisition.
Some people are bold enough to excise some parts of Nigeria and declare a caliphate because they are in possession of these small arms and light weapons that they can afford to engage our armed forces in defense of the territorial integrity of this country.
The lawmakers spoke with passion, particularly on the increasing security challenges all across the country, and stressed the need for the authorities to act fast to arrest the situation.
Insecurity in the country across the globe, we all know it is an eyesore. And to reduce this, we think if a commission is saddled with the responsibility of overseeing to this, those that are in possession of arms.
Our president, the Mr. Integrity, have just signed a treaty on issues of trade in Africa. Mr. Speaker, it then means that a lot of people are going to come into this country through that means. And in coming to this country, the security of our country must be paramount.
The bill has now been sent to the House Committee on National Security when constituted for further legislative action, including a public hearing. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
And that's it on the news update for this hour. Let's take a look at what the weather will look like today.
And of course, quite a lot of headlines in the papers this morning. If we start with the Punch, we have this headline: "I'm under pressure to release ministerial list," says Buhari. "I'll only appoint persons known to me," President says further. It also says Lawan denies saying list will be submitted this week. Interesting. And then in our photo story there, we can see a lot of activity there when it comes to the police arraigning the Shiites for criminal conspiracy and rioting. It says 38 Shiites for criminal conspiracy and rioting. Page 7 has more on that. It says Nigerian lawmakers, police, judges most corrupt, says TI National Assembly kicks. Report not based on scientific method, says the Senate. It says here also, poor Nigerians increased from 86 to 98 million in 10 years, according to the UNDP. On the Unizik scandal, ICPC begins probe of XVC, suspended lecturer. And finally, Okorocha's government shunned TSA, operated 250 accounts, says Ihedioha. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
And straight up to the Daily Sun, we have here Shiites storm Lagos. and clash with police again in Abuja. The rider underneath goes on to say gunshots at 60 protesters are arrested in FCT. Kicker there says pro-El Zakzaki protest spreads. And beside the newspaper flag, we have Atiku versus Buhari. That's on the right side of the flag. Results cancelled. Mutilated to deprive PDP votes in the north. That's from witnesses. And a picture story here. 3 pictures. So we can see the CEO of GT Bank receiving awards for Africa's Best Bank and Nigeria's Best of Euromoney Awards. And then we can also see Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State dancing at a grand rally against Godfathers in Edo's politics at Benin City yesterday. And this is a picture of a crowd at the rally. And underneath that, we can see President should lose power to appoint INEC chair Jonathan. Edo crisis, Obaseki dares Abuja politicians amid anti-Godfather rally. The rider says, take over Edo if you can. Governor tells opposition. And a jump line right underneath says, AFCON semi-finals. Dangote Otedola promise Eagles dollar splash for goals scored on page 45. Titi's shaking her head. No. Maybe she feels that they should get dollars for scoring goals.
No, they should. They should. They should. But I thought they should get pounds.
Pounds?
Yeah, pounds. Yeah.
Why not Naira? Right? All of that on the cover of a Daily Sun.
We have the Nation newspaper coming up next. It says, revealed, Kaduna politician behind Tinubu 2023 items. APC stalwarts alleged ambition souvenir traced to Dubai. It also says here, we've seen pictures of fez caps, T-shirts by a faceless group which christened itself Ashwaju Reloaded Ambassadors Nigeria. Neither the group nor its souvenirs are known to Tinubu. It also says here, Magu, powerful forces frustrating anti-graft war. Pages 2 and 3 have more on that. Bandits kill 4 in Benue. It also says, I'm under pressure on cabinet lists, right up here. Says Buhari. Page 6 has more on that. Above the masthead, we have this one. Abdul Razak's result, authentic, says Wayek. On El Zakzaki, police arraign 38 Shiites. TSA, government rakes in 10 trillion naira from MDAs. And NMPC dispels petrol scarcity rumor. Meanwhile, Buhari nominates Muhammad for CJN. And finally, Otedola Dangote dollar reign for Eagles. That's what we have on the cover of the Nation.
And straight up to the Vanguard, still the same headline, Shiites clash with police in Abuja and protest in Lagos. And the riders cause massive traffic gridlock in Maryland, Back Anthony Way, Ikorodu Road in Lagos, and say 21 million Shiites ready to die threaten nationwide protests if El Zakzaki is not released. Wow. The picture here, no to Godfather rally. Headers farmers clashes. Presidency welcomes Trudeau's report to UK Parliament. Naira watch. The Naira depreciates to 360.76 to the dollar in I&E window. Same-sex marriage. Methodist Church Nigeria to pull out of church if an invasion of Imo community. Forgive us. Headsmen beg indigents. Let's see what else. Okay, well, Mr. and Mrs. Quite interesting here. When you are searching, it's called many are called. Do you see? Germany. When you found a soulmate, then 3 is a crowd. When you're married, then it takes 2 to tango. And when you're married and still running after another woman, not everyone is interested in bonus.
Oh,
That's
wow.
quite interesting there. I love these cartoons. All of this on the front page of the Vanguard.
We have the Guardian newspaper coming up next. It says, Senate ends week without Buhari's ministerial list. President meets National Assembly leadership in Aso Rock. Requests confirmation of Tanko as CJN, 15 aides. How APC internal friction delays cabinet formation. And if you look a little lower here, before the bottom of the page, it says, El Zakzaki's supporters take protests to Lagos, say they are ready to die for their leader. Groups condemn disobedience of the court orders. And indeed, they walked from Maryland area of Lagos to the NHRC office in Ikeja carrying placards. And more on page 6. NNPC rules out petrol price hike, PDP cautions. Africa loses $50 billion yearly to illicit financial outflows. Bill on proliferation of small arms, light weapons passes second reading. And finally, Dangote or Tedola rain more dollars on Super Eagles. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
I wanted to show you what I'm looking at here. Quite interesting stuff, but that's all we can take on the headlines in the papers this morning. We'll take some time out now and return with the traffic situation in Lagos. Wow. So there's a tune playing in my head, and that's because of TT. No, TT, what do you think? Maybe we should have, we should do something with our Thursdays and throwbacks. Don't you think so?
Okay, so
that tune, it just is not going to leave my head today.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll sing it. We'll sing it when we talk later.
What can the matter be, dear, dear?
He's already singing
We're
it. You might as well
talking
join
about
him.
traffic. Oh dear,
what
can the matter be? It's Friday on Lagos Road.
Now you have a fair idea of their ages. That's all
Okay.
right.
Yeah, we're really old.
So let's see. Let's take a look at some tweets here. Now, over yesterday, of course, the Lagos State government, the governor announced that the traffic toll, you know, the toll gate on the island, Lekki toll gates will be free between some periods in the morning and evenings. The Lagos State government will pay for whatever charges arise at that time so that traffic can be eased. And yesterday was a big testament to that. A number of people were very happy. I mean, they got there 6:30 in the evening, heavy traffic time, and it was free. So yeah, the toll. So big shout out to the Lagos State government for that gesture.
Yeah,
that is a very big one.
But Mike, I was there just before the tolls were open, before those time frames.
Okay.
I was there in the morning after they had closed it, and traffic jammed up again.
It jammed up again.
It jammed up again, and before they opened it, so I got there at just a few minutes before 5.
Okay.
And they opened it at like 10 minutes to 5.
All right.
And then it was like, whoo! Everybody was just, it was just, it was
A lot of
amazing.
people were talking about it on social media yesterday about how it was sweet, like the highway
Really
to heaven
free.
and all. But hey, at the end of the day, you know what they say about using things to block different holes?
Yeah.
Somebody is going to pay for this, and
Yeah.
it's going to be us. So it's more like taxpayers having to pay for. So if you are a taxpayer in Lagos and you have no business with Lekki, your money is being used in Lekki for the toll gate. I'm being realistic. It's the truth.
You're trying to
Because
poke a
when we
hole
talk
into
about
this.
government paying, we forget that it's our money. It's some people that are paying taxes to fund
It feels
all
like
of
we've
this.
started our gist already. We
Okay,
have
let's
traffic
get back to
update
traffic
to do.
updates. Mike.
It's still traffic, and a number of people are happy for that gesture. So great one. I'm just wondering that someone getting there just before it's closing, and you can see from far, and they're about bringing the, they're about bringing that in there. Come down. Well, hey.
You carry your car on your head and run through.
All right, this is a tweet coming in from at Next Pope, that at NXTPOPE, says activities of commercial buses is the reason for light traffic at Yaba Oyibo Road. That's this morning towards Adekunle is light. Good to go at the moment. This came in just about 8 minutes ago, so it is quite relevant at this particular point in time. A big tipper has broken down at Owode Lede from Owode Onirin to mile 12 and is already causing traffic build-up back to Owode Onirin. Now, this needs to be towed away before it causes more harm. This came in just about 12 minutes ago, so yeah, if you're around that area, Owode Lede, Owode Onirin to mile 12, if you can avoid that particular area to help ease the traffic so that not so many cars are in the queue trying to go past. If you have a detour or you have an alternative route, you'll be probably well advised to use that route, okay? So still on tweets here, Maryland moving through Unikman is good to go at the moment. This is at Traffic Butter, and this came in just a little bit under 12 minutes ago. Of course, let's look at what it looks like on the third mainland bridge, heading to the island. It's picking up. There was some slight showers this morning. You know what happens whenever it tends to rain. Some people tend to lose their minds or on the road. But hey, at this moment, it's gradually building up just after Oworo, heading into Adini on the third mainland bridge. It's gradually building up. This is just about 6:30. And of course, before 7, it's going to be very tight. You know how it is. If you have, you can use alternatively a corridor road. It can be free at this time. But then, of course, you know how it is. Maryland, that's where you're going to get your first. It's almost, except there is a major or maybe road repairs or a broken down car or something. It's almost about the same thing every morning. Maryland, Anthony, Onikman, Fadeyi, and then of course Jibowu, you head on to Eko Bridge, and then from there you can take it down into CMS Marina. That bottleneck there is quite tight at this time. All right. You guys have any updates there?
I actually do. I have updates on the route between Ajah and Victoria Island. And as always, there is traffic on the roads right now. It's going to take you about an hour to get from the Ajah area just after the Chevron toll gate to head to VI. So the traffic starts from the Chevron toll gate area that goes right past the Lekki Peninsula and the Julius Berger Quarry. Once you pass there, if you take an alternative route, you'll be able to shave about 10 minutes off your journey, but you'll eventually come back through the Circle Mall area and join the traffic again, which will take you all the way to Freedom Way. Traffic getting to Freedom Way is always there, I'm afraid, but it loosens up. If you keep on the expressway, it loosens up until you go after the second roundabout. So I'm talking about the roundabout that they call Marwa Bus Stop. After that, it's a bit free until you get into the Lekki Phase 1 traffic. So for some people, they might detour, go into Admiralty Way and go around, depending on where they're going, save some minutes. But if you're going to Victoria Island, that Lekki Phase 1 roundabout traffic is going to hold you for at least 10, 15 minutes. After that, it's just the toll gate, the first toll gate, and then plain sailing all the way till VI. And you should be at your destination if you're going into VI within an hour, 10, 15 minutes. Hopefully, you know, this has been a helpful tip for you. And that's all I have, Mike.
Okay, so just to round up with this one, productive time is wasted in that area. That's talking about from Ajegunle. Now, this tweet came in from at Big Raki. Says from Ajegunle to Amje, from Alakoko to Mushalashi, from Kola to Mero Salulu. Wow. To be specific, not just Mero area. At Jide Sansonolu at Dr. Joba, please fix this road. Okay, so yeah, that's a complaint to the state government. We'll get there when these things can happen, and then immediate action is taken on them. All right, let's. That's all we can take on traffic updates this morning. Let's check out what's up and about this morning.
Okay, so I saw a trend on social media now. Ed Sheeran is trending because of his new number 6 collaborations album. But the interesting part is, I saw Chris Brown trending and I was wondering what happened, whether he had committed some kind of crime or something. And then I find out that he has a collaboration pending with Davido.
Oh,
and so
and he's not done it yet.
People have been going like, okay, like this one says, "Dear Lord, God, please let Davido not sing about his money and waste a good opportunity to make sense to the world in this collaboration."
Oh, wow.
Americans, when listening to Davido and Chris Brown's joint, blew my mind. Like,
so the issue now for me is Chris Brown has been going through a lot.
Yeah,
He's gone through a crazy transition phase. His type of music has even evolved. He came out with a new album about 2 weeks ago, or was it about a week and a half ago? It was trending online as well. We mentioned it here. We were wondering why he was trending. But then there's just so much that's changed about him as a father. He's also a businessman. He's not just an artist anymore. So if he hasn't done that collabo with Davido yet, there's probably a very good reason for it. Maybe there's just
they've
some
actually
things that
done the collabo. It's set to be released, and Shizzy produced it.
Okay, so it's not come out yet. It's also probably just a publicity stunt to get people talking about it. You never know. They're just trying to get a buzz going.
I saw it this morning, and that this is big for Afro music. I mean, Chris Brown has, in spite of like what you said, the controversy that has raged his career through time, dude has really kept himself relevant, and not just because of anything, but he's a good singer, he's a good performer, and doing this with Davido is big. I think it's quite big. I'm looking forward to what it will sound like.
But it's also big for Chris Brown. So Davido is really big in Africa. Like,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So I'm
big
saying,
for Chris Brown in Africa.
Yes, Chris Brown actually probably needs this a lot more than we think he needs it. Fine, he's of international status. I get it. But really, because he hasn't been in the news as much. There are a lot of young guys coming up, winning Grammys.
Titi, Chris Brown has actually been in the news as much. Like,
not that
no.
much. No.
Chris Brown has actually been in the news. He's got great music out there. Unfortunately, because of the issue he had with Rihanna years ago, it's really, in fact, it's 10 years now, 2009. It's more or less put a dark cloud on his career, but he's actually been trending. He's been releasing good stuff. And you know something very interesting about this is the fact that it's more or less like best of both worlds. Chris Brown is super talented. He might not have been able to really do a lot of stuff himself, but he's also been featuring on people's songs. And so bringing Davido on board, it's more like a, okay, pull me in kind of thing. But if we have to measure it like weights, I'll say
it's equal.
Chris, no, it's not equal.
I feel
it's not equal, but it's not so far apart. I would say that Chris Brown is like 60%, Davido is bringing 40% clout. And at the end of the day, they'll definitely meet somewhere.
I will go a little closer.
But that is not just it.
Wow.
So you remember the first thing I mentioned was the Ed Sheeran album.
Oh, wow.
I've been listening to songs on that album.
I heard you on the radio yesterday.
Gosh. Oh, thanks.
She was playing a lot of the songs. I heard you play
Ed Sheeran's album is amazing. Like, you know, there's this particular track he has with, guess what? Eminem and 50 Cent on a track.
Wow.
As in, I listened to that song and I was transported straight back to 2002, 2003. And it was bliss. Like, it did rock, rap, so many things.
When I listen to music, do I really want to be transported back though, or do I want to have a futuristic?
No, I love being transported. I love being in the moment. I love being futuristic.
Right.
Like, music does so many things.
Yeah,
to
I
me,
think
really.
that's why when people talk about taste in music and criticize other people's tastes, I think that's one of the wrongest things to do because music is, I don't know, it's relative when it comes to what it does to people. But what we're very sure we know is that music is it's instrumental when it comes to expanding your mind. In anything you do, music is good, but it depends. So to you, it might take you back and get you some kind of memories. To another person, it takes the person somewhere else.
Okay.
That's the power of music. You listen to the same thing. I mean, there's a lot of movies. When movies are well scored, you watch some scenes and goosebumps every single time because it was well scored, which is something bringing Nollywood into question.
I knew you were going there.
What I'm saying is that Nollywood, I think it's Kule Afolayan who worked on scoring a movie. And so this is what happens when they're scoring a movie. They didn't just get a soundtrack. You know, those are normal before soundtrack. They say, hey, Chukudi de waka they go. He can't hit stone. As the stone come, they fall, he fall. So, but what happens is that now you get an orchestra, right?
Yeah.
The orchestra is watching the movie, and they are playing.
Yeah.
So now they look at the movie, whatever emotions the conductor of the orchestra,
match up with it.
whatever emotions that he can bring out. Hans Zimmerman, that's what they do. Tyler Bates. People that give you soundtracks that when you watch a movie, your hair will just stand, like goosebumps, man.
There's sometimes you could even hear that soundtrack without even seeing the movie, and it takes you somewhere. You know,
what I was actually going to talk about was the fact that movies and music. I don't know if you've seen the video for Katy Perry's Raw.
Yes, of course. One of the most watched videos ever.
It's actually the 10th most viewed video on YouTube as at now.
Wow.
And you watch that video and you're like, this should be a movie. Getting shipwrecked, the man being attacked by a tiger, she trying to survive on the island. It's amazing.
It's a movie. It's like a mini movie.
It's like a mini movie, and you have to squeeze all of that into like 3-4 minutes.
And I wanted to note that, a lot of videos on YouTube, you can't download them you know, they have some privacy restrictions and all that. And some people, I heard some people complaining about the fact that, you know, they want to keep these things to themselves and all. But, you know, people spent millions making these movies, like little films.
So they need you to go view it.
Yeah, they need you to go view it so that they can at least make some money back from it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been complaining about that. So if you find a, you know, a link or movie on YouTube that you can't download or something like that, just know that someone spent so much time and energy putting that together, not for you to go and
well, I'm very sorry to admit that there are apps that help you, Sha.
But you're not supposed to, please.
That's why I said I'm very sorry to admit it.
Online, view it and stream it so that the person that made it can make some money from it.
Yes, because they make a lot of money from that. But let's take this break. We'll be back.
Welcome back. Ayodele Bishi is an Afropop musician. Music is all he's about. Songwriter, entrepreneur, and well, hey, after discovering his love for music at the age of 9, he's done over 23 songs. And his latest body of work is titled Table Shaker, featuring J1. And this is what he has for us this morning. Welcome.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah.
So I'm loving the name of the track. Of the album, Table Shaker. That's really cool. You need to use your mic, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, so I really love the fact that you're coming to perform for us this morning. The name of the track is what?
Far Away.
Far Away.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to take us far away with your music, I guess.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right, take it away.
Good morning, yeah. Good morning, Nigeria.
As an informer, when you acting funny, baby, cooperate.
Okay, wonderful. Table Shaker. I'm not here to shake tables. We're here to look at some trailers, not movies this time, trailers that came out now. Let's see what you think about these trailers on social media. Okay, first up. Now, this is mostly for kids. Now, this period, the holidays are here. So most of the movies that will come out now are movies that are suitable for kids. So this is something that the kids will love. Let's check out our first trailer, Dora and the City of Gold.
It's time for dinner.
If you think you know Dora.
Delicioso! Can you say delicioso?
She'll grow out of it.
Think again.
Dora, this isn't the jungle. It's high school. It's life or death. So if I don't talk to you, don't take it personal, okay? We're all just trying to survive. High school's a horrible nightmare.
Excuse me? I'm kind of stuck.
Who are you?
I'm glad you brought it up.
I'm just kidding. I don't actually care. We're on to something big, Dora.
An ancient city made of gold.
We're gonna break some rules.
We're coming with you, Prima.
Oh, look. Dora brought a knife on the field trip, everybody.
It's a jungle puzzle.
Stop fooling lovers!
The jungle is perfectly safe.
Not safe! Not safe!
Seriously? You had that in your backpack, too? Come on, Boots.
Dora and the Lost
City. Okay, it was actually the Lost City. That Lost City is the City of Gold, which was why I mixed up the adjoining sobriquet there. But hey, come on, that's something for the kids. Now, up next, Jumanji, the next level. We saw The Rock and, of course, Jack Black with all they could do with Jumanji. Now, let's check out the trailer for the next level.
Spencer.
Huh?
What?
Who are you?
Oh, my God. You're Spencer's grandfather.
Are we in Florida?
And you?
Milo Walker. Did I die and turn into some kind of a small, muscular Boy Scout? Are we dead?
Bethany?
No!
Rich?
I'm the old fat dude.
This can't be happening!
My hip sure feels good now. Look at my thighs. Look at your thighs. Look at my thighs.
Okay, we have some issues here. The game is busted.
It was a game. I'm not it. I don't want to be it.
Welcome to Jumanji. This next venture is even more challenging. And remember, the future of Jumanji is in your hands.
I have one important question. Who is Jumanji?
Is that Barbara's boy?
We're gonna die.
We did die.
Are we in hell?
I knew it.
Oh my God.
This is a whole new thing.
You got to have eyes in the back of your head.
What in the Sam Hill?
So I am extremely excited about the next trailer you are about to see. Let's get down to business. Whoa! Mulan! Mulan is coming to live action screen, and this is the first look trailer at what Mulan will look like.
It is decided. Come and sit down. It is what is best for our family.
Yes, I will bring honor to us all.
Quiet. Composed. Graceful. Disciplined. These are the qualities we see in a good wife. These are the qualities we see in Mulan.
It is my duty to fight.
I so wish that they can take much more from the animation. I'm looking forward to what Mulan has to offer. And then, final trailer for today, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. That's talking about Angelina Jolie. Come on, this trailer was something else. Let's take a look at it.
Doesn't always end well, Beastie.
Trust me, let us prove you wrong.
You have done an admirable job going against your own nature to raise this child. But now, she will finally get the love of a real mother. Tonight, I consider Aurora my own.
There is no union. There will be no wedding.
What have you done?
We go home now. Aurora!
Maleficent is a threat to everyone. We'll do our best to protect you.
Well, well.
One can never be too careful.
Godmother! This isn't you.
You do not know me.
Okay, of course, most of those movies coming in between October and December. These are just mostly first trailer reviews, and some of them final trailers for those movies for your kids. That's all on the first hour of the show Wake Up Nigeria. There's still a whole lot more to come. Musical performances, fashion showcase, dance, sports discussion, lots more. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. if you are just tuning in, you've missed 1 hour of the show already. Quite a whole lot went down, but then, hey, come on, we've still got more to go.
Yes, we do. Now we're here from 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. You need to spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend or a family member. Tell them this show is coming to you live from TVC Studios right here every weekday morning from 6 a.m. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
I am Mike Mesikeno. Stream with us live at tvcontinental.tv. Facebook is at TVC Connect. If you do want to interact with us, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Yes, indeed. We also have a mobile app available for download. You can find loads of great shows there live. Just download it from the Android or iOS stores. The app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world, so you should really check it out.
Okay, yeah. So we've had some interesting stuff to do, but then we still have so much more to go.
Yes,
still have
we do.
much more to go. Yeah.
Now on the lineup is another musical performance. We have Vikad, one of the finest acts we have in town these days, coming your way.
Yep, Dominic and Kareem from the NB's Performing Arts Academy will be joining us for a dance showcase performance.
Ankara fashion for your little boys is our focus on our style segment today. The CEO of Little Weavers, Imiobong, is going to be here giving us some styling tips that the boys can use this holiday. Look at that swag.
Singer, actor, presenter, media will also be in the studio for a chat and musical performance.
We have friend of the house, comedian SLK, popularly known as Brother Wasiu, joining us for our game day.
Which I'm not looking forward to. But have you ever experienced that? Very annoying. Like, especially these kekes. The way they come into,
they have
the
audacity on the roads.
Yeah. And guess what? Sometimes when they hit you or something, they'll be like, what's your problem? Don't you know how to drive? Like, bro, I was on my lane. You came to meet me, and you're saying I don't know how to drive.
I don't want to call out any one party now because there are a lot of car owners who sometimes just take it too far.
True.
You know, sometimes there's this whole thing about right of way. You know, sometimes those kekes and bikes are actually in the place they're supposed to be, but just because the vehicle owners know that these guys sometimes can be crazy, they want to show that I'm not going to let you, I'm not going to let you. And I see this battle happening. This road rage of a thing, I feel like it's just a way for people to get rid of a lot of tension that they have from other aspects of their lives. And there's nowhere else for them to channel that energy.
Titi, if there's
the road is the option they choose. It's not the best option.
If the government decides that before you set out, there's an official in every estate that checks your mental capability. I'm telling you, the roads will be free. Everybody will be boarding.
Imagine a guy that just maybe had an argument with his wife. You know, he now gets onto the road. Maybe he doesn't want to drag it with his wife too much. Gets onto the road, now sees one keke coming. Like, you too,
exactly.
You know, and it's just crazy.
Just go around. We should be, you know, if in a lot of other countries you have some routes for bikes where they don't ply, they don't ply on the normal routes. That's why when we even started with this BRT lane for those heavy duty kind of this thing. So you know. So it doesn't make sense. Like I said, you see bike man, you're looking at car me driving. They even horn say behind him say, "Oga, shame me they see you." Yeah, you are going. You see, the thing is this: when whatever happens, you might not be there to consider the repercussions whenever whatever happens. It's not. I mean, it's the roads. So
I'm trying to compare it with. So I spent some time in Holland. And what happened was I realized that, so their transportation is in like 4 parts. They have the trams, they have the bike lane, then they have the buses and the trains. And all of them coexist in a very timely manner. We've talked about this time thing before. If a train is going to a particular place, there might not be a bus going to that exact place.
Titi, we live in a society in which a pedestrian will be insulted by a market woman who is displaying our wares
where the person is supposed to walk.
So
Oh, goodness me. There's just so much.
You're welcome to the Kitchen Radio on Wake Up Nigeria. It's a beautiful Friday morning. And see the smile, the beautiful smile on our darling chef today.
Thank you.
Hey. All right, so today we are making something that so many people enjoy eating. There's no doubt about that. What are we making?
We're making ofada with ofada sauce. And it's not just the regular red sauce. We are making the green sauce. That is the local
ofada sauce. Hey.
Yes, you use green pepper.
Okay, let's talk about the ingredients. What are we making?
Okay, we have the main ingredient, which is the ofada rice.
Which you've been washing since morning.
Yes, I've actually been washing it. And you really need to wash it very well so that you can have the real flavor come out.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Then we have locust beans. Yoruba call it iru. Okay. Then we have green pepper here.
Green pepper?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the one we call rodo, but the unripe one.
Is that
with
onions?
A lot of onions blended together, but not smooth.
Oh, okay.
So it was just like grated.
Oh, wow.
So
with palm oil, everything?
No. This is just green pepper and onions blended.
So there's no palm oil yet?
There's no palm oil.
Palm oil.
Yes, we're still going to bleach. But actually boil the pepper just to reduce the hotness. Not everybody can undo hotness.
The heat of red pepper. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, so actually parboiled it.
What about this?
Now. So this is the stock from the meat.
Okay. And of course, the beef
the pomo. Then we have onions. Then we have our
seasoning. Okay, so what's the first thing we are doing? Frying?
Frying first.
Okay, so I know you have to go wash the rice.
Yes.
It does seem like this washing of rice is going to take like most of the cooking time. So I'll let you go on with the washing of the rice, okay? But before you do so, could you run me through the process? How are we going to go about the cooking?
For me, the way I prefer to cook my ofada is that once I wash it thoroughly, I pour into the hot water.
Okay.
Then it picks up quickly. The cooking process picks up quickly. It's not as if you are using cold water to cook the rice.
So you prefer hot water when you're
hot water. So the cooking process is faster than normal temperature.
Okay.
So that is that.
For the rice.
Then one thing about ofada is that if you really want to sustain the freshness, at times I don't put salt into it when I'm cooking.
Yeah, I was wondering at that.
I wait till after I'm done, then I put the salt on it.
Okay, because I offered to put in some salt while she was trying to prep, and she was like, no, not yet, no salt yet. And I was like, okay, I know most people cook ofada like from the scratch with salt.
With the salt, just like the regular rice. And one of the interesting things is that when you don't put salt into the ofada rice, even when it's left over till the next day and you warm it and you still add your salt raw on it, it tastes like it's just
It tastes fresh.
It tastes so fresh.
Really?
Yes.
I think
so that is the trick many people do. Those people who sell food on the street, who sell ofada on the street, that is the trick, because there are times that they might not actually sell everything, but you keep wondering that these people keep bringing fresh food, but they don't put salt. They put it at that point when you want to eat it. Those who really know how to prepare ofada.
So we are going to be cooking ofada as people who know how to cook ofada, and then of course maybe I'll sell some later in the day. All right, we're ready for some music, and I hope you are ready as well. We have Victor Adebayo. Now, Victor Adebayo is a Nigerian Afropop and dancehall singer and songwriter whose journey into music started in 2012. He's also known as Vicard. Yeah, I was thinking of Vicard, like Vicar. Well, you're about to enjoy his song, Ayaya Baby. Hey, Vicard, are you ready for us? Take it away.
Baby, baby, mama, Vicard, baby, yeah.
Case B.
Now only you I see when I close my eyes. Believe me, I say you make my bird display. You got me slowly
So, on our sports discussion this morning, there'll be a lot of connotations with Game of Thrones. We have the king in the north up against what's west of Westeros? Is the north against the west? Well, all I'm talking about is the semi-final pairing for the African Cup of Nations. And with me today to talk about it is sports analyst Olamide. It's great to have you, Olamide. You're welcome.
It's a pleasure coming here.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So, the semi-final pairings are north against the west. Battle Royale.
Yes, just
Battle
like you said, Game of Thrones, Battle Royale. Of course, you know that the African Cup of Nations is taking place in Egypt, which is more favorable to teams like Tunisia and Algeria. And, of course, we still have Nigeria, we still have, other teams who come from the west.
From the west. So, but now, just before we talk about the semi-final pairings, let's look at yesterday's matches. Ivory Coast against Algeria. What did you know? The match ended 1-1 and got into penalties, and of course that was where Algeria had the trump card. Would you have rather had us meet Ivory Coast?
Okay, to be very honest, I feel both teams are quite good. And,
they are. But I feel that yes, they are a better organized team.
Yes, they
are much more compact. The North Africans have been doing quite well. And Nigeria, Algeria, yes, we defeated them once during qualifiers, and we drew.
Yes.
So in our home, we beat them I think it was 2-0, and then it was a 1-1 draw in Algeria. So if we can draw from what we did there, if we can draw from the spirit we came up in those games, we can definitely do something. As a team, I would say they are better.
Okay.
But football is not just only about better
if you look at what the Nigerian team has done so far, there's been a lot of changes in personnel.
True. From that time.
And
up until
I
now.
feel that the coach hasn't really found
his
formula.
Best, yes.
I think they're all good players.
Our defense is suspect. What do you think about what can be done to that defense?
So I think the defense is okay. The major problem I have with the defense is actually the goalkeeper. He needs to steady his hands. He needs to be more in control.
Is a major problem.
I feel the goal that he considered against South Africa was something that, yes, he could have. The ball could have done
better.
But in his reactions, the way he was placed between the goal, you know that you should have done better. Controlled your defense or something, which he didn't do. So I think that's a major suspect.
Senegal will be up against Tunisia. Tunisia, of course, played yesterday against Madagascar, the debut and surprise team of the tournament. Tunisia, this is the first match Tunisia was winning in that tournament in 90 minutes.
The Madagascar team, of course, we know they were going to play football. They're not going to sit back. With them going after,
the equalizing now, trying to get a goal.
Yeah, so that's basically what happened.
Spaces
left it open and 3 goals considered.
Okay, but for me, for this match, I would say Tunisia, Senegal have a very strong chance because this Tunisian team is not so. They're not your typical. They're not bringing that typical North African flair which we see. In 4 matches, they drew 4 matches in normal time. Yes, this is the 5th match. This is the first time they drew in normal time. So I would say that for that match, I would go for a Senegal win. I'll go for a Senegal win. I think Senegal can do it up against Tunisia.
Let me take back what I said earlier about Algeria and Nigeria. Okay, I take it back. Nigeria's going to go through. Senegal's going to go through. Both are going to play in the finals. It sounds like a more romantic story.
Okay, but let's look at the team now. Chukwueze, of course, that's talking about the Nigerian team, has been hailed as a savior of some sorts. Even though I felt like looking at that goal, I feel like it wasn't a well worked out team goal. That's something that's very hard to come by for Nigeria. We have not yet had a well worked out team goal. Our chances against Algeria, I think what we can do to win that match, we have to stop them from playing the way they know how to play. Yeah. If Algeria plays the way they know how to play, we'll lose that match, seriously.
Yes.
If they play the way they know how to play. So if we can find a way, now, those are the semi-final pairings. So for me, as a Nigerian, I'll go for a Senegal-Nigeria. But as an analyst, I would say Senegal-Algeria. That's what I think. I'll say Senegal-Algeria. I'll say Senegal-Algeria for the finals. And then for who do you think will go all the way? From these 4 teams, who do you think will pick this trophy?
Okay, so Senegal is highly tipped to actually win the trophy. Senegal, of course, are still #1 in Africa. They have a very solid side too. When you look at what they boast of, you expect them to go all the way and win the trophy. Of course, they've had a good tournament so far. They've done well so far.
No, okay. All right, cool. Great one. Senegal. So you're going for a Senegal. Maybe I might go for an Algeria. I don't know. That's if they beat us. If we
both need to make up our minds.
Both need to make up. But then we're Nigerians, so let's see what we can do. Let's hope the team can get up, get it raw, put your acts together. Akpeyi, I don't know why he's our first choice. Maybe we should even go back to. I don't mind even Ezenwa. Of course, it was sad that he considered 2 goals against Madagascar, which I cannot fully blame Ezenwa for those 2 goals against Madagascar. But we have a problem with the keeper. That's just me. That's our weak point. I would say. All right, thank you very much, Olamide, for coming.
You're welcome.
And of course, this weekend it's all going to go down at the AFCON semi-finals and the final. And let's hope that we come back with our 4th trophy ever. Just 4. We have a long way to go when it comes to Egypt. They have 7. But hey, kudos to South Africa for doing us that favor. All right, okay, so let's head over, Chef Funmi, with that wonderful hair of yours. I don't know, are you sure you're not going to hair making or something? Because the hair is all I'm seeing in that kitchen now.
Thank you. My friend made it for me.
Okay.
All right, then. You're welcome back to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We are still making ofada rice and ofada sauce, but not the usual sauce, you know. This one is the green sauce, the Ibile sauce. That's
from
the correct one.
Ijebu people.
From the Ijebu people. Okay, so I still have Chef Funmi in the kitchen. And you can see she's hard at work. So far, so good. We have our rice boiling. Could you run us through the process so far?
Okay. The first thing is that you wash your rice very well and you parboil that. So while that is on fire, you can actually bleach your oil. You know, once you are done bleaching the oil, then you add your locust beans into it to give it that flavor that comes with the sauce itself. So once the locust beans has been added to it, then you can add your pepper. Okay, and then the stock comes when the soup is almost ready. Sauce is almost ready. Okay, so is the meat ready now? Yes, it's ready. Okay, so we should take it out and then start bleaching our oil. Yes. Yeah. So you're ready to take it out, right? Okay, so maybe you want to get somewhere we can bleach the oil into. And then we start making our sauce. Ofada is a local delicacy. As a matter of fact, there are so many people who now sell ofada in bags, like proper packaging, not just the usual rice that we know of. Okay, let me let you take over from here. Okay, so I guess you'll be doing the sauce in there. Okay, so we have our palm oil go in here in readiness for our cooking. Ofada sauce, the Chef Funmi way. Ijebu. Are you from Ijebu? No, I'm from Lagos State. You're from Lagos State. So how did you get to learn this particular recipe? I've stayed in Ileshan before. Oh, that's Ileshan Remo, right? Yes. Fantastic. It's always a good thing to explore different places. You learn new things every day. Definitely. So the reason you fry this is so it can be chewy in the food, right? Yes. Okay, so it doesn't soak up the sauce and all. Yes. All right, so bleaching the palm oil, the pepper goes in? Yes. Okay. I really can't wait for this meal to be ready. I can see all eyes on me right now because when you mention ofada rice, an average Nigerian goes, now you're talking. Okay. As a matter of fact, sometimes I tell myself, like, ofada is being served as dessert in party. What? Like dessert. It's more or less like dessert when it comes to the course meal and everything. You know? Because it's usually the last. After people have eaten and they say ofada, you're like, I want to eat. No, but it's deliberate. The reason is so you would not press too much for the ofada. You understand? So it can go around because it's usually served as small servings. So I guess that's why. All right. So you know quite well that we don't want to set off the fire alarms. Definitely. So we will not be bleaching as if we are at home. We will bleach the way we should bleach right here. Moderately. Moderately. We only put just to warm the oil. So for those watching us in the diaspora, this is something you can pull off without setting off your fire alarm, all right? Okay. If I move it. Oh, we're ready to, it's bleached enough. Oh, why do I have to be the one to move it? Sorry. You want me to get burned? Definitely you will not get burned. Are you sure? Yes. With the way oil splashes every time. Are you putting in the onions first or you're putting in the pepper immediately? The locust beans. The locust beans? Okay, yes. So the locust beans cooks with the palm oil quickly? Yes. Oh, okay. So after the locust beans comes the pepper itself? Yes. After the pepper comes the stock? Oh, the stock first? Yes. Okay, you can so just, because by then, the reason why I'm using the stock is that I've actually parboiled the pepper itself. Okay, okay, okay. So if the pepper wasn't parboiled, you put in the pepper. I won't put the stock, yes. You put the stock, yeah, okay. So we'll continue with the cooking process, don't you worry. However, the show, of course, has to go on. And right about now, we're going to have a fashion conversation with Titi. But first, this break.
Welcome back. Wake Up Nigeria continues, and on Fridays we're all about fashion. And we know that the holidays are coming up very soon, and most parents will agree with me that dressing up a boy child can be monotonous, unlike female counterparts. On Wake Up Nigeria, we like to help solve your styling issues, and today we're joined by Iniobina Onukwo. Now, she is the CEO of Little Weavers. She is going to be giving us some fashion tips for styling your boys in Ankara outfits. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. So I know you have a lot of customers come in on a daily basis asking for outfits for boys. Can you tell us what color of fabric they often go after?
They usually, the usual blue.
Blue?
Yes.
Like royal blue?
Royal blue, navy blue,
okay.
Dark blue,
okay.
Sky blue. And, but I usually advise that depending on the complexion of the children, from the child, from infant, for toddlers, and of course to teenagers, sometimes it's good you give them a lovely color blend.
Okay.
So for children that have dark skin tones, and they're really bubbly, they're children, they're fun, I really advise yellow, orange, a little bit of bright color to bring out their bubbly side.
Okay, so it does, I love the yellow, but why do you think parents avoid these bright colors? What?
I think, I think sometimes they feel that the darker colors are usually
easier to maintain?
No, they actually complement for the boys.
Okay.
And then the female children actually look better in bright colors. But I think that perception should actually be changed because really, boys look very lovely with bright colors. Orange, yellow,
Okay.
And depending on how you do the blend. Yeah.
All right, so I noted that the two mannequins in front here have trousers on, but I know that some parents prefer like short knickers. So I can see here that we have a short Ankara knicker here, right, with a darker color. So this is a bright and dark blend. So is this something your customers would go after quickly, or you would have to recommend it to them?
They love this.
They love this?
They love this blend,
Okay,
yes.
why do you think they like this blend?
It just, first of all, children, they love bright colors, they love bubbly, so because the parents also prefer dark colors. So a blend of what the children like and a blend of what the parents love. So, and then, summer is around the corner. So shorts, you're on the beach with your parents or you're outing, shopping and all of that. It just gives it this unique look. I mean, look at it.
Okay, I can see. I was going to actually ask about the boy children and how you've prepared for them when they want to go to the toilet, because parents are always wondering, oh my gosh, when I go out, how are they going to go to the toilet? So you have put the traditional hook and zipper here.
Yes.
Is this easy for the boys to actually look after?
Oh, yes, it's pretty much easy.
Okay.
So the child just...
But you've decided to put something else at the back here.
Yeah, so it's, it's either by the time they dress them up and they put up the hook, the child can easily slip this down. So it's easier. And then
so
slip
I
back
didn't
up.
see any belt holes?
No, because this is actually for the specified size.
Okay, all right then. So I know that some kids have trouble trying to unbelt themselves, and by the time they get there,
and
there's already an accident that's happening. So you've put the elastic there to make sure that's easy.
Yes.
But I also want to talk a bit about shoes. So the fact that they're wearing a native, do the same rules apply for adults that apply for children when it comes to natives? What sort of shoes can a child wear with this?
Well, it depends on the occasion. So if you have the serious occasions like weddings, religious activities, it's usually smart when the child looks, in covered shoes, And then, of course, when you're going to the beach, you're having a party,
or wearing shorts.
Wearing shorts. So you could go with your kittos, your trainers, or your slip-ons. You're just going outing with your parents. So,
I've noted that you have something else here. I wouldn't pick this color for my boy. I feel it's a bit too bright.
Oh. Okay.
How would you convince me to pick this over something else?
All right. Your son is a very handsome boy.
I like that.
Okay.
He's a very handsome boy.
Yeah. And
so a teenager. This is for a teenager, obviously.
Yes. And because he's handsome, when he gets into the room, he has to show I am here.
Okay.
So I have arrived. So.
All right. So does this actually push you to choose some certain fabrics before you make outfits for boys?
Yes.
It does?
Yes, it depends on the age because, well, some children are pretty sensitive to certain fabrics. Okay. So we're very careful what we pick for, for the infants to the toddlers, we keep it very simple, cotton fabric. Okay. And then for the teenagers, we can play around with linen, we can play around with lace, so.
All right. So for instance, our mannequin, our teenage boy back here, looking very dapper. You can turn this way with me. Okay. So tell us about this fabric. What fabric is this?
All right, this is Polish.
Okay.
All right, this is Polish fabric, and we decided to do a bit of a blend.
Okay.
To make it pop out and, so make it stand out for him once he's in the room. So we did a bit of orange, like I said, orange color, but the fabric is Polish. Okay. Ash, I call it brown Polish with a touch of orange and then blue.
I can see that you embroidery. Put some embellishment at the bottom there.
The embroidery?
Yeah, sorry, embroidery. Sorry, embroidery at the bottom there.
Yes.
Why did you decide to put that on the trouser? Why not leave it plain?
Well, it's easier for the parent or for the teenage child to be able to mix their wardrobe.
Okay.
So basically, if this top goes, he can wear a normal t-shirt.
Okay.
And he still looks funky or he looks Afrocentric.
Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't just look like a plain trouser anymore.
No.
You know that it's like semi-native.
Yes, semi-native.
It's also short-sleeved. Why short-sleeved? Why not add a bit of a longer sleeve there?
Oh, it varied. So some people prefer the long sleeve, some prefer the short sleeve.
Okay.
And then given the weather conditions, I think since we're in the
heat,
so the short sleeve just goes better for a couple of them, for most of them actually.
I'm thinking about maintenance now. So as a parent, I'm not thinking of ironing clothes all the time. You know, I'm like, Ankara, that means I have to, no, I'm tired. So the fabrics you use, do you put that into consideration as well?
Yes. So it's for the garment care aspect of it, it's easier because I know we have a lot of career moms. So you think washing machine. You think just pop it into the washing machine, no problem, because the colors don't run.
Okay.
Yes. And then, of course, you think, by the time I'm done, I have to straighten this out. Well, that is something you actually have to, but it's not so rumpled or squeezed up, by the time you're done.
Okay.
So by the time you're done with the washing and the heat does the whole thing in the washing machine, you're good to go.
All right, then. Thank you for coming to share this with us.
Thank you.
I'm not sure I would give this to my boy. This green is very sharp. I don't know. But maybe you've convinced me. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And it's a Nigerian color as well.
It's a Nigerian color. Green. I like that. And I'm already imagining some kids this summer going around in little Ankara pieces like this. I noticed a button in front here, though.
Yes.
There's a button on the front. I've not really been a fan of using buttons for kids.
Okay.
I don't know, I feel like...
you feel that they would tamper with it and...
Yes. Is it a permanent button or is one that's actually functional? It does function,
It's a function,
right?
It's a functional
button.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I wanted to put a zip on it, would it still have the same effect?
Yes, it will. It would.
All right, then. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us.
Thank you for
And there
having
you
me.
have it, people. Different options for styling your boys this holidays in Ankara outfits. Thank you so much once again, Ini from Little Weavers. We have a few minutes to go, but the kitchen has an update for us. Apparently the food is almost set. Mary, is my nose telling me the truth?
Your nose is telling you a lie, babe. Because we are way, we have quite a way to go when it comes to finishing the meal today. Okay, so I decided to move this to this side, but maybe we'll just continue with this so you can finish up with the sauce, okay?
Because we actually wanted everybody at home to see.
Yes, to be able to see the process of making the sauce. All right, so we let the rice keep boiling here. It will soon be ready while we finish up with the sauce.
Just warm this up.
Okay, so first things first, we have a locust bean in there. Now, if you're just tuning in, don't worry, you haven't missed much. Maybe a little, but not too much. Chef Wumi is in the studio today making ofada rice and ofada sauce. If you're an Ijebu person, she's making it the Ijebu way, so you're definitely going to enjoy it. The ingredients are currently on your screen, okay? Ofada with ofada sauce. and I can't wait to learn something new. I'm used to the red pepper kind of ofada, but this one is looking really unique because the sauce is not going to end up red, is it? It's very unlikely. Maybe black?
Definitely not.
We've seen different colors of ofada sauce, but when we eat it with the rice, we just know that we are eating something really good. Okay, I think that's hot now. So what goes in next? The pepper.
Yes.
Okay. And you said that's because the pepper has been pre-boiled. Okay.
Yes.
So there we go. That palm oil is enough for the pepper. You know, sometimes when you take palm oil, when you're eating ofada, you ask yourself whether it's pepper or palm oil you've been given to eat your rice with.
No, not most times Yoruba, we love oil. Yes. We love oily food.
Yes.
So, and because some people don't complain. It's not recently that people are now being health conscious.
Okay.
That at least you reduce the cholesterol and all this fatty food.
Okay, so we finish up with the cooking. This has to steam for a while. So you definitely get to see the finished product on the other side of the hour. Now, we have gone through 2 hours of the show today. The third and final lap will begin shortly. Stay with us. It's still Wake Up Nigeria.
It's Friday morning, and of course, you know how we do it on Friday mornings.
Yeah.
It's fireworks, like fireworks. That's all we do on Wake Up Nigeria.
We try to ignite your
Yeah,
weekend.
of course.
That's what we try to do, especially on Fridays. Too many things happen all at the same time. And it's also that you can get in a great morning just before you start your day.
Of course, you know, it's the last 45 minutes that we have, so sit tight, relax, because this is going to be a roller coaster ride. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinso. Now, stream live with us, please. If you have to leave the house or leave your TV's area, just go to tvcontinental.tv and go to Facebook. That's at TVC Connect. We're streaming live right there. You can send in comments. You can, have conversations with other people watching.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that, especially with our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
You can also download our app on Android and iOS. You can watch us via that app. Of course, you can also interact with us via the app anywhere you have internet connection around the world.
Yes,
and then we still have singer, actor, presenter, Midi, who will be a part of what we're doing here in the studio for a musical performance and a chat.
Yeah, we also have friend of the house, comedian SLK, commonly known as Brother Wasiu. He'll be joining us for our game day.
And it happens a lot. No jokes. Maybe you are gisting your friend, something that happened earlier today.
Especially when you're around certain people.
So we're preparing for our second anniversary in earnest. A lot's happening behind the scenes. It's going to be great. We have a lot of people sending in loads of goodies to give away. A lot of people have sent in loads of gifts for our viewers as well. So you might want to stay close. Get our hashtag on lockdown. That's Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Because you will be winning something. So many things to win. Yes.
You know how we do it.
Really nice.
Yeah, as it.
2 years. That'll be the 24th.
Yeah, 24th of this month.
24th of July.
Yeah.
Wow. What can you remember about the first episode?
Oh, wow. I can remember being very nervous. I can remember wearing an outfit I wasn't comfortable in. It was really tight. And it was really tight. And then I remember forgetting my lines like 3 times. Yeah, there were a lot of nerves because it's live TV, But a lot of people say we made it look easy, but it wasn't. It was a lot of things we hadn't tried before. But some great guests, though, some amazing guests. We had Amara Kanu, if I can remember.
Yeah, she used to be sort of a first guest.
Yes,
And,
we also had
trying to think
Omaomi.
about-
We had so many great guests.
I remember that the first
Cheers.
performance to open the show was by this lady on Project Fame. I'm trying to remember. Immaculate. Immaculate was our very first. It would be lovely to have Immaculate on the second anniversary as
we
well.
should
She
reach
has
out
a
to her.
gorgeous voice.
Yeah, yeah.
So she was there the first time. Everywhere was, everyone was all over the place. But she was really gracious because there were some errors that day, but she still managed to professionally, scale through them. And besides that first day, trying to remember, I remember all of us were on set, all 5 of us. And I remember reading the news that day, and it wasn't strange, but it was weird having to look at the screen because I'm more used to reading it from paper on radio. That was.
It was an experience.
When you're on TV, you need to have certain mannerisms. And so I was just like flat, like just reading it like I would read it on radio, only for me to be told later, you need to put on some.
Loosen up.
And I'm like, hello.
There was so much we've learned.
A lot has been learned in the last 2 years, a lot. I would admit that I've grown. 2 years ago, I wasn't nervous per se, but I was just a mess in front of a TV, and now I'm able to hold my own.
But Mike had loads of experience with Breakfast TV before coming to Wake Up Nigeria.
Cheers to the next 20.
Yeah, so he was
down.
used to it. I was
Cheers
like,
to the next 20.
This big boy,
20 more years of Wake Up Nigeria.
Wow.
It'd be like, how this, what's this soap opera? This one, Young and Restless, or which other one?
Oh my gosh.
What's the other one? Bold and Beautiful.
Mike, boldly takes the news right
so
now.
that one has gone like 70 years. Like, so maybe your children will come and take over.
Let's...
Say I, say I, say I. Put your hands up in the air. Waiting you the look. Echo back bere. Echo back bere. Echo back bere.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Wonderful. Like, she actually can sing very well. She can sing. And screaming, that part.
Yes, and we need some of that party spirit right now because it's a Friday, and Midi is going to be joining us in the studio right here to talk about this Lagos party that she's planning.
Yeah, she featured J1 in the song also.
Yeah,
she did. So wonderful.
Wow. Okay, so take a seat right there.
Okay.
Goodness me, what a voice!
Thank you.
What a voice! What a voice! I want to talk about that voice. When did you discover you could sing this well?
Oh well, it didn't dawn on me. Just like boom, like that. I had to work on myself. I had to keep singing and keep working on that voice. And then I started singing in the church, so it came like that. And people always tell me, you have a beautiful voice, you have the swag and all of that. So,
okay.
And this was like when? When?
I started singing at about 10, 13, 10, when I was in the choir, so
and
it's
all
been a
of
long
that.
time.
So, but professionally as an artist, when did it begin for you?
Okay, I started doing jingles. Did a lot of jingles, But my first stuff ever that brought me out was when I enrolled for a competition organized by Nigerian Breweries, and my band won.
Yeah.
So that was what actually brought me out.
I was actually going to say that Midi is not just a singer, she's an actor, she's a presenter, she's a VJ. She has a lot of notches to her cap.
Oh my
and
goodness.
The Star Quest was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
It was huge.
It was huge.
You were the singer in the band, or how did the band
we
come together?
You need to come in and just do your thing, and then we were selected 6 for each band, and then we were in the house for a while, like a month, and then we won.
All right.
So 6-man band, and I was the only girl.
Beautiful.
The only female, yeah.
Are you serious?
I was like the
that's
first
nice.
lady of the band.
That's nice.
Yes.
And what did that do to your career? What did that?
It did a lot. That changed everything. It changed everything. People knew me. I I started doing things. I started doing big things. And then that was when, after that was when the acting started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I love the whole idea of live bands, you know, but in Nigeria, live bands are often just seen as people that perform at weddings. Were you able to break out of that mold?
Well, sincerely, to be very frank, after winning, we didn't look at it that way.
Okay.
That's the sad part. We were too much of my thing. And after a while, though we're signed to Kenny's Music for like a year, and then we still did an album, we performed in shows. But eventually, we separated because we didn't see that. We didn't see ourselves as, you know, working, doing this on and on, at least for a while, for years. So eventually we had to just...
All right. But hey, no matter what the vision was then, there must be a new vision now.
Definitely.
So where are you planning to take this voice of yours next?
This voice is not dying. This voice is going places, yes. So for now, I'm just going to be dropping singles. Just going to keep dropping singles until I hit it.
All right.
So you featured J1 here and all of that. Let's talk about your feature. Which artists have you ever featured? Which ones really were the ones that made it tick for you?
I haven't really had anybody like that.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
It doesn't have to be big anyways.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be something big.
when I was, just a little while after we won,
Yeah.
K1 The Ultimate actually featured me.
Okay.
Yeah, on a track titled Ife. And this is just not long after we won. But that was something big for me then. But right now, basically, it's more of J1 alone that I have.
Something I want to ask. Now, it's not generally being a woman in this industry can be challenging. Let me hear it out from your own perspective. How has it been in this industry, being a woman, trying to make a name for yourself? How has it been for you?
It's not been easy. I wouldn't lie. It's not been easy because I don't want to talk too much about what people request and all that. But at the end of the day, I believe God is all I hold on to. I believe with God, anything is possible. You know, we know that with money, money makes it happen. To push a career like music, especially when you have the voice. People have voices. People don't really have that kind of voice, but then you see them everywhere. And we're wondering how. So at the end of the day, it's majorly money.
If you had to do something, how would you, what would you want to see in the industry to help encourage female artists?
Sorry, come in.
If you could change something, if you could do something, what would you like to see that would help encourage female artists in the industry? Because, I saw a poll sometime about who's the best female rapper, and it's almost like, who are the female rappers? Generally, I'm just saying that was just one side. So what do you think can be done to, to help the female folk in the industry?
Really, I don't know. I think first of all, I would create a meeting point where I would encourage rappers, upcoming and the ones that are known, to gather and just see and talk how.
Because that's the one that's very hard. They say you females are your own problems. Like, it's hard for ladies.
Mike, you went there.
And all of that.
You went there. Really?
So they say women
have you ever
supporting
experienced
women
anything
is
like that? Another woman giving you any issues maybe before a stage performance?
My goodness, I will lie. See, women, we are the problem of ourselves.
Okay.
Because, I was
trying to defend the women. You have just former.
I'm sorry, but I know you're different, you're sweet. But sometimes when you encounter some type of women, you be wondering, Tom, did I offend this woman? At the end of the day, sometimes you want to see men and just have a conversation, and then you know that, okay, this man might be nice. This man is... It's easier to actually relate with
some men folk.
Yeah, I'm just saying from my own.
Some in quotes.
Some, yeah, some. So, not all of them.
All right then. Okay, so now there are a lot of challenges women face, especially on stage when it comes to fashion choices. A lot of women that have, in quotes, blown have had to expose quite a bit of skin to do that. I've noted that, from your video and from some of your pictures, you haven't really gone that far. Have you ever been pushed to do this?
Well, I don't think I would want to go too far to show too much, because
even if it's going to bring that money that we're searching for.
Well, I don't lie. Before I will go and see me in 2 years' time, and you see that I'm wearing some kind of stuff. Yeah. But at the end of the day, sometimes some outfits have to depict what you're trying to, the story you're trying to tell. So I wouldn't say I haven't. In fact, I think I've worn something that one video I did.
And you didn't really feel, you
No.
weren't feeling it.
No, before I did it, it was trouble. It was a lot of headache because the director kept pushing me. You have to do this. We did this song. The title of the song is Make Love. Why did you do Make Love if you are not going to, do this? So it was.
Who sent you message to? you go look finished.
telling
So
you,
of all the lines in the song, that's the line you decided to.
That is just.
It's your fault. It's you that caused it. Okay, but
So,
what's your best stage experience
Best
on stage, performing and all of that?
Performing.
Best and worst.
Best and worst.
Yes. Let's talk about your best first, and let's talk about your worst.
Worst was when we performed, I don't know where it was, with my band, probably, and we go on stage, and then people started throwing stuffs at us.
Was it a school? Was it university?
It wasn't a university, it was, you know how Nigerian people does it. Big, it was just, I think like a stadium, I'm not sure which one, but it was just a big,
They started throwing
quite a
stuff.
big
What,
thing,
what,
They
throwing pure water back?
Yeah, stuff like that. And then after, I remember Flavor coming to say, okay, you need to keep, no, don't mind them. When stuff like that happen, just keep doing it. I was like, yes. And I was sad in my mind.
Flavor actually came to advise
Yeah,
you?
he actually did, because I think he saw the performance, so he was just encouraging me.
Oh.
And that was your best moment on stage.
My best moment. I think I really...
Quite a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's plenty, Abby.
I need to think, plenty. I
Okay,
really can't say.
so one of our best moments today was watching your music, and we have to take a musical break right now, but we still have Game Day with SLK, Mary, Mike, and myself, and of course, Midi.
Thank you.
Put your hands up in the air. Waiting you the look. But you if you like, make you smile. If you like, make you cry.
All right, so we're in the garden once again. It's game day, people, and we're having our ever popular egg relay race. What do we need for this race? We need spoons, we need eggs, we need blindfolds, and we need people. And we have all of these to make this game happen. It's very simple. The rules of the game are: transport your eggs one at a time in a spoon into the bucket of water on the other side of the field. Very, very simple. In the red corner, we have the one, the only SLK. And his support system is Mary today.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Yeah, she's supporting. I love what you're wearing, by the way. TGIF.
Thank God I'm funny, man.
Thank God I'm funny.
That's
I like
the movie,
it. I
man.
like it.
Okay.
Then in the blue
I hope
corner,
you will not use
we
phone to
have
miss it, though.
Midi. And her support system today is Mikey. Okay, so it's very simple. You hold your spoons. Okay, let's help her put on the blindfold, Mike. Help her put on the blindfold. So you're going to walk blindfolded.
So you
Okay,
have
so
to
this is
pull
your
your
starting point.
blindfold down.
Stand right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So give your partners the spoons. Okay, you got your spoon?
Can I cheat?
No, you
No,
cannot
you
cheat.
cannot cheat.
You cannot cheat. All right. So you need to take the spoon from me right
Okay,
now. Take the spoon.
spoon.
Okay,
Take it.
so.
Yeah,
All right, so we start as soon as the egg hits the spoon. So your partner has to direct you with their voice to your bucket. All right, on your marks, get set. Uh-oh, really?
okay.
That is not a very good start.
So
That's
if it
okay.
falls in the middle, what happens?
If it falls in the middle, you have to come back.
and pick
Okay.
another
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
be very careful.
All right.
All right, go.
Go.
Go, go. Direct
Go.
them.
Just keep
Direct
going forward.
Just go
keep
straight.
going straight.
Just go
You need to move
You're going to
faster.
the right. You
Straight.
should go to the
Straight.
left a bit.
Straight. Yeah, stop.
I say, okay, go
Stop.
to the left.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
To your
right.
left.
Right.
Left.
Right.
Left.
Right. Touch it. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's
Okay.
it.
Come back.
Come back.
To your left.
You can take off the blindfold. Come back. Yeah. Come
Walk
back.
a bit faster,
going.
Okay. Now take off
please.
your own. Let me put my own. Now put the egg for me.
Okay, so it's Mike's
No.
turn.
I say,
that
okay,
for
to
me.
your left.
that
Left.
for me.
Yes, just keep.
Mike, are
stand
you
still.
good?
Stand.
Are we good?
Now turn to your left.
Wait.
Turn to your left.
There.
Turn to your left. Oh yeah,
There.
move forward a bit.
Okay.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Okay.
drop the egg. Drop the egg. You're there.
Yeah, careful. Yes, you're on the right track. Keep going. Right,
Okay,
right. A little bit to the right.
come back,
to the right.
come
A little
back.
bit. Right. No, your left. You're right. You're right. You're right. More to your right. More to your right. More to your right. More to your right. Yeah.
It's
Right.
remove your blindfold.
No, you're right past it.
Remove your blindfold.
No.
Mary.
First the other side. You're right.
So director.
You're right.
Director.
You're kidding.
Okay,
You're
go
right.
straight.
You're going past it.
Okay.
Come back.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Are
Okay.
you kidding? No. Right.
Right.
Okay.
Right. No. Come back.
Left.
Come back.
Yes.
Touch your right.
Drop it.
Your
Drop
right,
it.
not your left. Your right, no. I'm going to cry.
Okay,
Your right.
Step backwards.
Step back. Yes.
You're happy to cheat.
Yeah. That's it.
Are you okay?
All right. Okay, so SLK, it's your turn. Let me check this blindfold is tight. All right. Oh, you're not supposed to lift your blindfold coming back.
Straight line, SLK.
Okay.
Keep moving.
Let's see if this blindfold is over
Go
your eyes
on,
properly.
just keep moving.
Okay.
Straight.
All right, I'm good.
go,
Okay,
go.
Straight, just keep going straight.
Just go straight. Just go.
How's that blindfold?
Just
looking?
go. Just go.
Keep
just
going
go.
straight. Now
Continue
go
going.
left.
Continue going
Go
straight.
left.
Straight.
Left.
Go.
Just
Straight.
keep going
Straight.
left.
Stop. Now you're
Left.
Right.
Left.
Right.
Left.
Right. Just move on the right.
Turn to
Continue.
your
You're
left
right. You're
now
right.
completely.
Continue. You're right. You're
Oh, yeah,
right
now
again.
go
You're right
forward.
again.
Go
You're right.
forward.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you're there.
Just behind you.
Drop
Yes, you've
the egg,
touched it.
drop the egg.
Come back. Exactly.
No, move your hand
Exactly.
to your
Touch it.
chest.
That's it.
Find it with your left hand.
That's
Find
it.
the
All right,
bucket
come
with your
back,
hand. Oh, yeah, put the egg and come back.
Come back.
Quick.
Come back. All right, so who's next? Mike, hold on. Mike, hold on.
Sister, I hope you tied your own this thing.
Okay,
I don't go green.
Come on, put the egg.
All right, Mary.
You're on the right track.
Yes.
Keep going. No,
Okay, easy
yeah,
egg now.
forward a bit. Left, the left bucket, yes.
Go straight.
There you go.
Yeah, straight. Just keep going straight. Keep going straight.
Okay.
Left a bit. Then go straight.
Okay.
Go straight.
Who's next?
Go straight. Look at the bucket with your.
Okay.
I hope you tied your own TT also.
Yes, I did.
All right. Okay, go.
Okay.
Go.
It's your turn now.
Go.
All right.
Go. Continue.
Hold on,
Straight.
hold on.
Go.
Hold on.
Go.
You can do this.
Go.
Come on.
Go.
What did you do?
Go.
What did you do?
That's it. Just touch
Okay, I
it.
think
Just
you're
touch
good
it. Just
Okay.
no. Do that one.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Do that one. Yeah. That's it.
Keep
That's
going,
it. That's
keep
us.
going.
All right. Come back.
Just
If
keep
you
it
drop it to
straight line,
somebody else's
straight line,
bucket,
straight
back.
line.
it goes to
Sorry,
the other
careful.
team.
Okay.
All right, Mike, it's your turn
All
again.
right. Okay.
All right. Let's go. Whoa.
Okay, now it's
much
time to
ice
go
covered?
left.
Yeah,
left.
TT.
Hold on.
Fast.
Left. Yes, just keep going left. Just keep going left till I tell you to stop. Mike,
You're
are
on the
you sure
right
your
track.
blindfold is
You're on the right
sir?
track. Keep going.
Left.
That's it.
Left.
That's it. Drop it.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
bucket.
turn to your left. Turn to your left. Oh, yeah, find the bucket with your hand. Yes. Oh, yeah,
Okay,
no. Yes.
Okay.
The bucket is there.
Okay.
Move forward a bit. Okay, now locate the bucket. Yes, that's it.
All right. Go. Careful. Go.
Okay. Are your eyes covered?
Yes.
Careful. Go.
Okay, are you good?
Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go. Just go straight.
Can I have
straight?
it? Can you put the egg?
Straight. Careful. Straight.
Okay.
Straight.
Yeah.
Straight.
All right.
Straight.
Are we good?
Stop.
checking.
Then right.
Straight.
Oh, God.
Right. You're right. You're right.
This
Move.
is when my
Move
modeling
on.
years have come
Right.
to play.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Walking in a straight line.
Yes. Straight. Just move forward. You're right.
geez.
You're right. No. You're right.
Okay.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Right.
Yes. That's it. Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
that's okay.
Hurry up.
You got it?
Hurry up.
Okay. Good.
Hurry up.
Got it. Spoon.
Okay.
That's the spoon. That's
Give him
the
the
spoon.
egg. Give him the egg.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Give him the
Oh,
egg.
yeah, go. Straight line. Just
Mike,
keep
what are you
going.
doing?
Keep
Hold
going.
on now. Calm down,
Keep going.
Mike. Calm down.
Calm
Calm
down
down.
He has to start all over again. That's not fair.
Wow. I tied it.
Okay.
Don't worry. I tied it.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
tied
To
it.
your left now. To your
Yeah,
left.
that's it. That's the bucket.
To your left.
That's
To
it.
your left. To your left. To
Step
your
left,
left. To
step
your
left.
left.
Okay.
Left. Just keep going left. Just keep going
All
left. Okay.
So-
yes, that's it. Come back.
Go.
We have
No, my
15
blind.
seconds left. 15 seconds
15
left.
seconds.
Okay,
Chineke
go.
Meo.
50 seconds.
Oh, yeah, please
Go.
put the egg. Please
Okay.
put the egg.
Go.
10,
Go.
9,
Straight.
8.
Okay, stop. That's
seven,
it. That's it.
Straight.
Yeah, you're right.
It's okay. It's
You're
okay.
right.
Look at
You're behind me.
four,
Exactly. That's it.
3,
That's it.
2, 1, and it's game over. Wow. Great effort. So now I need to count how many eggs are in the bucket.
They had more eggs.
I don't know about that yet. All right, so we have to count the eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 eggs for the blue team. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 for the red team. It was close. Very, very close. Very close. Congratulations to the blue team. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to you, but
that's good. I don't understand why you kept going this way. We have to go to the kitchen now.
You're supposed to be here, but you're always here, so you are going this way.
So, welcome back to the kitchen. Earlier, we started with ofada rice, and the rice is ready. We've actually served it, as you can see. So let me just run through the ingredients of the day. Our main ingredient is ofada rice, and we have the pepper, we have the red, we use green pepper. Then we add the fried meat, and pomo with other ingredients. So right now, this is what we have been able, we use groundnut oil, palm oil, meat, pomo, salt, onions, spices. So
I see you finished without me. Well done. I had to literally run down here.
Thank you.
This looks lovely.
Thank you.
Well done. Yeah, you were talking about how you made it.
Yes, I was actually talking about how I made it. You bleach the oil, add your locust beans, then the next step is to add your pepper. So once these three ingredients are rubbed together, you can add your little stock. And the reason why I'm adding the stock next is because I actually parboiled the green pepper yesterday. So for that, you just make, and then once you are done, you can spice it, then let everything simmer together, then it's ready for.
Okay, so it's straight to our guests. Wow. The verdict is in your hands right now.
So all that gaming you did, this is your reward. All right, so give it a taste and tell us how far.
This is the best show on TV.
Yes, I would say. Actually,
that's what we do.
Really engaging.
Thanks for being great sports. Please go ahead and have a taste.
Thank you, SLK, a friend of the house.
Yes, indeed.
So, Titi, my modeling years paid off today.
I
was able to walk a straight line.
Yes, so.
And fast, too. Wow.
All right, while they do all of the tasting and fooding, a big shout out to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
Yes, thank you.
And also to all our guests for coming. SOK, thank you, a friend of the house. He's always on call whenever we need him. And also Midi, thank you so much. To every other person who came on the show. Vicard, right? Vicard.
Right. So what do you say?
And
do you enjoy it?
It is good.
All right.
It is really good.
Just
really
good?
Nice. Really nice. Really good.
Somebody's
It's not saying anything.
Wait. This is a good compensation, Sha. But I lost. I didn't lose because I lost because of TGIF. Because I'm preparing for the movie. This thing. That's
all right.
I'm preparing for the movie premiere.
The TGIF movie. Thank you so much.
Have a great time. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.